Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update because there's quite a few things that I need to explain, including the Stellar Graces and the limited time quest. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over are the freebies. When you go to system over here, get campaign items, receive item account, and you're going to notice that we did meet the Twitter goal or the X campaign Super Genesis Festival goal, and we all get 50 star gems, so make sure to pick that up. The next thing I want to talk about is going to be the World Trial Information Stellar Grace Recovery Operation. At the time of this recording, I have 7 hours left in order to collect all 30 Stellar Graces. You don't have to collect 30, technically you only need to collect 10 in order to get all of the boosts. However, if you collect all 30, you do get additional star gems as well as all the other goodies. So how does the Stellar Grace Recovery Operation actually work? Well, it's split into two parts. The first part is collecting the Stellar Graces, and the second part is actually getting all of the boosts. We are currently in the first phase where we need to collect all of our Stellar Graces. As you can see, the Stellar Grace boosts all. This caps out at 20%, and it is a ship-wide effort to try to get this 20% extra rare drop rate. So this counter over here is just counting down how many people are actually collecting their Stellar Graces. The more people that you have on your ship that are collecting Stellar Graces, the faster this number will go down, and the higher the Stellar Grace boost all we are going to get. So this is how it works. So everyone is limited to a maximum of 30 Stellar Graces, so I do recommend people to go out and open all 30. The bare minimum to just participate is to open just 10 of them. After you open 10, you will get a notification from Ran, and she's like, oh yeah, you're done, you don't need to do any more, but if you want to go the extra mile, you can open all 30. I do recommend people to open all 30 simply because it rewards you with more star gems. So with that being said, now the next question is, where do I find all of these Stellar Graces? The first thing you want to do is go to gear/subpalette, go to mags, and then under active sonar target settings. Right here, you're going to see there is Stellar Graces. You're going to tick this. Once this is ticked, then it will only scan for Stellar Graces, or well, unless you have other things ticked, obviously. We're going to delete the mail-ins because we only want Stellar Graces. Once that is done, then you're simply going to teleport around the map. So the first place we're going to go is we're actually going to go over to Halfia Lake. Basically, all the places with the little green W are places where there are Stellar Graces, which is pretty much every exploration zone. So, you know, you've got plenty of places to go. There are more than 30 of these Stellar Graces, but you are limited to opening 30 only, or a maximum of 30. So as you can see, we are right here. We're going to see our scanner. Look, our scanner says straight ahead. So we are just going to follow our scanner. You can actually see it in the distance right there now. This is what the Stellar Graces look like. Now, once you find the Stellar Grace, you're simply going to go up to it and press E, and boom, you're going to get 5 star gems for every Stellar Grace you open. That is guaranteed. And then on top of that, you do get a bunch of minerals. We got some Blizzardium, Dreadkeeper 4s, Gigastat 3s, the Domina is not bad. We got some Growth Mint and some Arms Refiners and 2,500 Meseta. Alright, now that we've opened up one Stellar Grace, the next thing we need to look at is over here under World Trial on the far left. So as we can see over here, S Graces in this sector 1 out of 3. That means there are 2 more Stellar Graces in the map that I'm currently in. So I'm at Lake Halfia, so that means there are 2 more hidden around here. So since we have the scanner on finding Stellar Graces, we can just run around until we see the scanner scan for something, so that will kind of tell us where it is. And as we can see here, it is on the beach on this little ledge over here, and here is another Stellar Grace, and we can open that. Let's see what we get. We got another 5 star gems because that's guaranteed, and we got a bunch of minerals, Photon Quartz, Might 4, all these Stat 4s, Gigas Might 4, that's not bad, Growth Mint, Arms Refiners, as well as 2,500 more Meseta. So as we can see over here, my scanner found something else around here. So this is the last Stellar Grace in this region. You'll know if it's the last one because after you open it, you're going to get a little message from Ran. So you're going to see right here, Ran's going to pop up and she's like, all containers in this sector have been secured. Please head to the next sector. Now, there is no advantage for finding all of the Stellar Graces in a specific area. You do not get better loot. Nothing really happens. It's just up to you. So if you are having trouble finding a specific Stellar Grace, it's perfectly fine to just move on to the next sector. So remember, All the ones with the little W means that there are stellar graces there. So all the exploration zones in Alio, all the exploration zones in Ritem, all the exploration zones in Stia, as well as all the exploration zones in Kavaris. You can go to any of them, and you are limited to opening 30 only. So you literally can just speedrun and just go to whatever the closest ones are. Like this one's literally right next to the Ryuker. So boom, we got this. And if I'm running around and the scanner doesn't find one anytime soon, I'm like getting a little bit frustrated. I'm like, oh, I can't find the ones over here, because as you can see, this one has a lot. It says stellar graces in this sector, 7 of them. Let's say that I find like 5 of them and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't find the other 2. It's perfectly fine to just move on to the next zone, because there are a ton more than 30 stellar graces. There's actually like 100 plus stellar graces. Now in the past, there were different type of stellar graces. There was like rainbow versions, gold versions, silver versions, and all of that. I believe it still exists, but the loot doesn't matter anymore. In the past, you wanted to open the rainbow ones and the rainbow ones only. However, Sega realized that, you know, it was just kind of a pain in the butt, and everyone was just like, oh yeah, we only want the rainbow ones and we don't want any of the others. And so they equalized the loot. So now when you break the rainbow ones or the normal ones, they all have the same chance of giving you good loot. So that is really nice. All right. And sometimes you can see that the stellar graces are literally right next to each other. You see there's one right here, you open that, and there's literally one right here as well. So on some maps, the spawn locations of these stellar graces are really nice. Do keep in mind that the spawn locations of the stellar graces are different for every ship. All right, so let's say that you play on ship 2 primarily, like myself, and you're like, oh, I know where all the stellar grace locations are. When you go onto ship 3 or ship 4, the locations are going to be different. Now, they tend to be sort of in like a pattern. Like the moment you open the first one, your scanner is going to scan for the next one, and it kind of like leads you around the place. But there are times like this one where it's like, oh, we don't know where it is, and we kind of have to run around a little bit and let our scanner do some work. As you can see, I did get a special scratch ticket from that, which was pretty good. And I also got 5,000 Meseta instead of 2,500. And so that was pretty nice. We got pretty lucky there. So we see there's another stellar grace right there, and that will mark our number 6. So now we are just missing 1. So we are gonna spend a little bit of effort, see if we can find it or not. Probably gonna be around here, probably like back there. And as I said, yep, it's all the way back here. Scanner's found something. We are just gonna follow our scanner. So this is kind of nice, you know, it lets you kind of re-explore all of the old places that you haven't been in for a while, since it kind of incentivizes you to find all these stellar graces. It's probably back here. Yep. And here's the last one. Boom. You can see we opened 7 out of 7. We're going to get a dialogue from Ran over here. And we've also opened 10 out of the 30, as you can see over here. And Ran says an adequate amount has been found. So you don't need to open anymore. However, I do recommend opening all 30 because, well, that's an extra 100 star gems that you're leaving on the table. And the star gems are guaranteed. So there's no RNG in there. So as you can see, we've opened all of them over here. So we can move on to the next place. I don't really like West Alio. I kind of just do the bare minimum. I start at one coast, I run all the way to the end, and if I find anything, that's great. If I don't, I just skip it, because this place is kind of annoying because of the verticality. So we found one right off the bat, like when I started right here, it's right, boom. All right, then I'm literally just gonna run down the coast over here, and if I find anything, then I'll open it. If I don't find anything, I'm just gonna move on to the next zone. I just don't really like the verticality in this specific map, because it's literally like a cliffside next to the sea. So there's a lot of, you know, high cliffs like that, up and down, up and down. And there's also mail in here though, so we're gonna destroy that and get some extra bonuses. Well, I mean, it's just like freaking photon chunks 2A and 2B. Oh, our scanner found something, but it's on the cliffside. So this is what I mean. It's like, oh, we found something, but it's on the cliff. So I need to like find a booster pad to go all the way up there now. And to me, I find this just a little bit too troublesome, a little bit of a hassle. Yep, as you can see, one up there. So this is a little bit annoying. We're gonna need to do a little bit of parkouring. Well, I mean, it's not that bad. It's just a little bit of parkour. So jump, 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 and boom, we're up here. Very nice. And right here, wabam. So it's pretty easy. You're just gonna go around the place and you're just gonna open up all the stellar graces and make sure that you try to open all 30, because again, that helps your ship in order to get the maximum boost. As you can see, every time I open one, this number will go down. And once we hit that mark, we're actually going to increase our rare drop rate for the entire ship, which is going to be very, very nice. There was one back here or something. My scanner said something was back here. Was it all the way up there? Yeah, see, so this is what I don't like. I really don't like backtracking that much because it's just like, oh, I missed one, god dang it. So now we're gonna find it. Yeah, this was the one way in the back that I missed. Yep, there we go, bam. All right, cool, we got it. Now we can move on. It's 5 out of 7. So I'm just literally just gonna go over to that teleporter and maybe a little bit further. If I don't see any more Stellar Graces, I'm gonna move on to the next zone, because you don't really want to spend too much time opening or trying to find a single Stellar Grace, since the rewards are pretty much the same for all of them. So as you can see, our scanner found something over here. My tip is usually just go for high ground. Going to high ground will allow you to find them a lot easier. As you can see right there, we can see it right there. So let's head over there, yeet, and let's open this up, bam. And that's pretty much it. It's relatively straightforward, relatively easy. You can just go to any of the zones with the little W. So you can see West Aleo has one, South Aleo, Central Aleo, all the exploration zones, right? So, you know, South Kavaris, West Kavaris, you know, at Stia outskirts. There are plenty of exploration zones that you can pick. All right, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is the new limited time quest, Next Vera Suppression Operation version 2. This is a little bit troublesome because the last boss is actually a Gigantic's enemy. It's Next Vera Giga version. So he is really tanky and he does a lot of damage and he takes a while to kill. However, something to keep in mind is the daily quest over here. In order to get your little tokens, your reward box medals, requires you to run the limited time quest twice every single day. When I initially saw this, I was a little bit annoyed. I was like, you're kidding me? You know, running this twice is a pain in the butt. The dragon's so super tanky and it kind of felt like a slog. I didn't really enjoy it. As you can see in the B-roll, even though I did run with an overpowered party, we were able to tear through it in like 5 minutes. But it just didn't feel fun in my personal opinion. I don't know, something about this just rubbed me the wrong way. The music was amazing though. Please, if you run this limited time quest, please turn on the in-game music and turn up the volume. It is actually really, really good. I really love the music for this limited time quest. But as for the boss himself, you know, I didn't really like it. I felt like it was way too tanky and took a lot of damage, and you know, it just wasn't as fun in my personal opinion. But then again, you do get Giga Strugments as well as all the items that Gigas mobs normally drop, so that is a plus. However, the thing that kind of calmed me down a little bit is the rewards. The reward box medal is actually ×2. So you actually get 2 of these reward box medals every single day. So even though you have to run the limited time quest twice per day, you are getting double the rewards. And that is actually really, really good, especially if you're really behind on the reward box. As you can see, I'm still 21 out of 40, but the reason is because I've been saving up all of my reward medals. So let us see over here. Yeah, I have 15 reward medals, so I can get 2 every single day for the rest of this week. So that will pretty much carry me, and that will be more than enough actually to open all 21 that I have left. So if you are a little bit behind on your reward box, keep in mind every single day, run the limited time quest twice and you do get 2 tokens every single day, and that will be enough for you to get most of the items hopefully that you are missing. So that is definitely very, very nice. Now for my friends who have deep pockets, feel free to buy any of these items off the player market. They are all tradable, so you can actually buy all of this. So for example, the scarf over here, the super long scarf E, I actually bought this off the player market because I really wanted it early, and well, you know, the first batch of pulls I did not get it, so I just bought it off the player market. And when I do get this one again, it will bind it to the account so that all of my characters have access to this super long scarf. Now last but not least, we do need to talk about the NGS accessory revival over here. If we look at the scratch count bonuses, you can see there is the Photon Crown. Photon Crown is very, very pretty. We have the Mod Punk necktie, and of course we have the frilly balloon bosoms, because well, you know, balloon bosoms is the true end game. But other than that, there are a ton of other stuff that you can also pick up over here, which is pretty cool. I personally have not looked through it yet, but I do know there are some stuff like this one, the heart outline. This one is pretty nice, this little aura. There are some sneakers. Sneakers always go for a lot of money because people like to do streetwear. There's the power up aura that actually looks pretty cool as well. And yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. There's the ultra long scarf as well. Whoa, I've got like a freaking cape. Okay, that's pretty cool. And oh, these wings. Wow, these kind of look like tails, to be honest, but apparently they're wings. I've seen a lot of people use these as tails, so that is pretty awesome. But other than that, there's just a lot of stuff over here. These are all accessories, so you can just slap them on regardless of what type of outfit you're wearing. So that is definitely pretty nice. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.